In Octopath Traveler 0, you are going to be farming a bunch of experience points as well as JP. What's good, guys? In this video, I want to help you get all the materials, the grape juice, the recipes, and everything you need so that you can get as much XP and JP as humanly possible. First, I'm going to show you my farming route. Then I'm going to get you every single recipe and item you need, all the seeds, all of that good stuff. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time and let's get into this video. To jump things off, this is Wish Veil. You want to make sure that you're upgrading Wish Veil the entire time. Rekindling of the Flame questline needs to be your best friend. So eventually this is actually going to lock. I'll go ahead and show you that now before we get things started. Right over here, I can no longer do any of the Wish Veil content because it's locked behind the main story quest. So you want to get all the way to that point. That means that you have this facility right here, which is the training facility. And this is the most important part of this guide. The training facility is going to allow all the members that are not in your party to get JP and experience points as well. So that's really important. And when you have as many members of your party as I do, you're definitely going to need that. Regardless, let me go ahead and show you the route so that you can start farming. When you're in the levels between 1 and 10, you want to be in 3 places. Of course, right outside Wish Veil and over here in the Cerulean Caverns is going to be a great place until you reach about level 5 to 8, at which point you want to immediately come over here. This is going to be the Snow Shard Grotto, and there's a boss in here, as well as this spot over here, the Snow Bloom Ruins. This is a perfect place to go ahead and farm up as much levels as humanly possible because you'll basically go from about level 8 to I would say level 12 to 13. Now go ahead and crush this out as long as you can, and then eventually you want to go over to the eastern part of the map. Once you head over here to the North Theatropolis Plains, you want to continue on a little bit more east and go straight down until you hit the Rippletide area. Now, the North Rippletide Coast, as well as this area down here, the Rippletide Coast, these are both level 20 areas, but you can take this on as long as you have 2 scholars in your party. So for me personally, I make sure that I have 2 members. That's going to be my main character, my protagonist, which has the scholar ability, and then I go to Theatropolis to grab Alexia as soon as possible. These 2 individuals by themselves can pretty much wipe out a lot of groups of enemies very, very quickly and efficiently. Now, some backup for you is going to be Finn. He is very useful in the early game. Viator, you can get them from Valore. Staya is already going to be a part of your party. You can grab Macy from the Emberglow area if you want some extra HP. And you should be pretty much good to go with those members. Now, of course, if you're struggling to find any of these companions, I have this guide right here. It has you covered. Don't worry about it. But regardless, like I said, level 15, you want to be in the Rippletide Coast area and farm that place up until your face turns blue. Sometimes you may get lucky and you might bump into Kate, a cat. This is going to be a special enemy that usually flees, but if you're able to fight it and defeat it, you can get a lot of experience points in a single fight. All right, just before you leave the Rippletide area, make sure you come here and talk to Tressa's dad. You want to start up this quest line so that you can then unlock Tressa and get yourself another companion, because I mean, why not? But after doing so, you want to go ahead and push yourself at least to level 21, 22 and head over to the western side of the map. Once you're about level 22 to 24, you want to come here to the Crag Spear area. This is going to take you over to the Crag Spear Pass. This is a level 24 zone. It's not too bad, but it's a great place to farm up a lot of enemies and get yourself some decent experience points and some JP. Now that's going to be how you progress your character and get through the early levels all the way up to, I say, about level 25. But you want to make sure that you're leveling up your Wish Veil, and you want to make sure that you have the appropriate recipes so that you can get extra experience points. Grape juice, grape ice cream, berry pie, these items are essential for you to get extra experience points as well as extra JP. Now for the rest of the guide, let me go ahead and run you all over the map so you can get the seeds, the milk, and everything you need to make this happen. Hey guys, if you found this video helpful and informative, I would greatly appreciate it if you smash that hype button for me and shared it with a couple friends. And if this video deserves it, a like would also be greatly appreciated. But let's get back into the video. In order to cook up some grape ice cream, you're going to need to get grape bunch as well as some milk. With that being said, let me take you to the locations where you can get the grape seed as well as the cow. Come right down here to Valore. Once you've made your way to Valore, you want to travel straight down here and head over to the longtime resident. You're going to be able to purchase the grape seed for 380 coin at a haggling price. Next up, you want to make your way to Crag Spear. Once you're in the Crag Spear area, you want to race over to the slums. So you have to head up and then head straight south down into the slum area. But once you've done that, you want to head straight over to this guy in the center of the slums. The disagreeable merchant is going to be selling the cow right here. If you haggle, you'll be able to purchase the grape seed for about 380 coins. And when it comes to the cow, you're going to be able to buy it for 4,500 coins. But once you have yourself a cow, as well as the grape seed, you're pretty much good to go. You want to immediately race over to your fields and make sure you plant your grape seeds with basil. And make sure you should put a couple of cows inside of your ranch here so that you can start collecting some milk. But now that you got your ice cream factory going, there's one more recipe that you might have your eyes on, but unfortunately, it is locked behind the main story and the side quest storyline. If you're looking for the grapeseed recipe, I need to take you over to the boulevard. Heading back over to Valore, you want to race all the way to the other side of town. Once you get to the main boulevard, go over to the tavern. Inside the tavern, you want to speak to the bartender. And if you inquire with the bartender, you'll be able to receive the Valore Recipe book. That's going to get you the grape ice cream. I know a lot of you may see this recipe right here and wonder why I'm not putting it in this video, the berry pie. Well, I know exactly where you can get the berry pie, and I'll go ahead and show you where you can get that from towards the end of this video. However, the blueberry seed that is required to make blueberries in this game, unfortunately, is locked behind the main story questline and the rekindling of the flame questline. And you have to be all the way up to part 5 in order to get your hands on it. So it's pretty deep into your playthrough. That's probably at least level 35 to 38. Regardless, if you're looking for the berry pie recipe, I'll go ahead and show you exactly where it is. Once again, heading back over to Crag Spear, you can go over to the tavern and there's going to be a waitress that was here. She's no longer here. She now lives in Wishvale because I invited her as one of my residents, but she should be standing around here. And when you speak to her, she's going to give you the berry pie recipe. If you're looking for strawberry seeds, that is going to be locked inside of the Flames Grace area. Once you make your way into Flames Grace, you want to then go over to Kate's house. Kate is going to be right here inside of this house. You want to inquire with her. Then after doing so, you'll be able to get the strawberry seed. All right, if you're looking for the wheat seed, you need to come here to Shepherd's Rock. You want to go south into the main area. Head all the way down over here to the left, I think, and down to this house over in the, I guess you would say, the southwestern corner. But in here should be Old Man Graybeard. Yeah, the veggie-loving Graybeard. You actually have to contend with him, but after doing so, you'll receive the wheat seed. Now, before you go crazy on the internet trying to look for the blueberry seed, I'll go ahead and show you exactly where it is. It's going to be right here at the Atlas Dam Flatlands region. Now, once you get to Atlas Dam, there's actually going to be a thing that you want to inquire with when you get here. I don't want to spoil it for you, but basically it's in this city. You're going to get to a certain part in the game where you're going to be able to possibly talk to animals. With that being said, you'll be then able to find the blueberry seed, no problem. All right, now that you have all the ingredients and everything you need for grape ice cream as well as grape juice, let's go ahead and get started with the XP part of the video. Now, just to wrap things up, this is going to be the part of the video where I show you the different areas that I like to farm. Okay, for the rest of the video, I'll go ahead and take you around these different areas so you can see exactly what I do and how I take them on. Alright, so when it comes to the Ripple Tide area, of course, if you have any type of fire ability, all you need to do is use that and you'll be able to destroy all these enemies here. With your secondary Scholar, you'll go ahead and follow that up with Lightning Bolts and everybody is dead. This area is really good to farm between the levels of 15 all the way, I would say, to about 25. At which point you then want to head over to Crack Spear. At about level 25-26, you want to head over here to the Crag Spear Pass. Now at this point, all you really need is Blinding Light. Right after that, you want to use any AoE skill that you have just to take the rest of them out. Now, of course, while you're doing this farm, make sure that you either eat the ice cream or you drink the grape juice. For me, since I'm trying to go after the JP, I'm going to go ahead and do the ice cream. Now, after you start to pack up the enemies here very easily, the next area you probably want to go down to is going to be the Shepherd Pass. So the Sunshade Sands as well as the Shepherd Pass area, this is a pretty decent place to farm out. It is a lot more difficult and the enemies here are a lot more dangerous, but you definitely can still take them on. And just like that, you can see I'm stacking up on a bunch of XP extremely quickly. Now, if you want to get some extra leaves while you're doing this, you want to make sure that you have Tressa in your party. Regardless, once you get to, I would say, the level 30 range, you probably want to come about right here to the Flames Grace Wilds. Now, just to let you know, the enemies here hit like a truck. So I wouldn't farm this unless you have a lot of confidence and you know your team very, very well. And then finally, make sure you upgrade Wish Veil. If you have Wish Veil upgraded, you're going to be able to unlock the training facility, which means any member that's not a part of your party will also receive JP and experience points. So as long as you have this facility right here, you're going to be good to go. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and smash the like button for me. Consider subbing so that you don't miss out on any more tips, tricks, guides, and everything else you need for Octopath Traveler 0.